In the heart of a vast green jungle, where the sun shined through the tall trees and birds sang joyful songs, lived a smart and playful parrot named Polly. Polly had beautiful emerald green feathers, a bright red beak, and eyes that sparkled with intelligence. She loved flying high above the trees, watching over the jungle, and chatting with her animal friends. One day, as Polly soared over a field of wildflowers, she suddenly heard a soft, frightened cry coming from the bushes below. She quickly flapped her wings and flew down to investigate. "Help! Somebody help me!" a voice whimpered. Polly's sharp eyes spotted Robbie the rabbit, stuck in a hunter's trap. Robbie was a small brown rabbit with a fluffy white tail. He loved hopping around the jungle, playing with his friends, and nibbling on fresh green grass. But today, he had wandered too far from his burrow and stepped into a hidden trap. A wooden cage with a rope trap had snapped shut around him, locking his foot inside. No matter how hard he pulled, he couldn't escape. Polly landed on a low branch near Robbie and chirped, "Oh no, Robbie, what happened?" Robbie's ears drooped. "I was looking for some juicy carrots near the river when, snap, the cage closed on me. Now I'm stuck, and I can't get out." What if the hunter comes back? Polly thought for a moment. She knew she couldn't break the cage alone, but she had an idea. "Don't worry, Robbie. I'll get help." Polly flapped her wings and soared across the jungle, searching for her friends. She soon found Tommy the tortoise, slowly making his way toward a sunny rock. "Tommy, Robbie is trapped in a hunter's cage. We need your strength." Polly squawked. Tommy blinked and nodded. "I may be slow, but I'll do my best to help." Next, Polly spotted Milo the monkey swinging from the branches, munching on a banana. "Milo, Robbie needs our help. Can you come?" Milo flipped in the air and landed on the branch. "A rescue mission? I love adventures. Let's go." With her two friends ready, Polly led them back to the trapped rabbit. When they reached Robbie, he looked relieved but still scared. "I'm so glad you're here, but how will we get me out?" Polly thought for a moment and came up with a clever plan. "Tommy, try to push the cage with your strong shell," Polly instructed. Tommy slowly moved closer and pressed his hard shell against the wooden bars of the cage. He pushed with all his strength. Kriak! The cage moved slightly, but it wasn't enough. Milo scratched his head. "Maybe the rope is keeping it tight. Let me untie it." Milo jumped onto the cage, using his nimble fingers to pull and twist the knots on the rope. Snap! The rope loosened, and the cage shook, but it still wouldn't open. Polly narrowed her eyes. "It's time for my special skill." She flew down and started pecking at the wooden bars with her sharp beak. Peck! Peck! Crack! With one final crack, the cage finally broke apart. Robbie wiggled his foot free and jumped out, cheering. "I'm free! You did it!" But just as the friends were celebrating, they heard footsteps approaching through the bushes. "The hunter is coming back," Milo gasped. Thinking quickly, Polly chirped, "We need to get rid of the evidence." Tommy used his shell to push the broken cage toward the river, and Milo grabbed the rest of the rope, tossing it into the tall grass. The hunter stepped into the clearing, looking confused. "Huh? Where's my trap?" He scratched his head and looked around. "I could have sworn I set a trap here." Hiding behind the bushes, the animals held their breath. After a few minutes, the hunter gave up and walked away. "Phew, that was close," Robbie whispered. Once the hunter was gone, the friends laughed and cheered. "We did it. Teamwork always wins," Polly chirped proudly. Robbie smiled. "I can't thank you enough. I thought I'd never escape, but you all worked together to save me." Tommy nodded. "That's what friends are for." Milo grinned. "And it was fun, like a real adventure." From that day on, Robbie was more careful while hopping around the jungle. And Polly, Milo, and Tommy knew that whenever their friends were in trouble, they would always be there to help.